Hey y'all, I am in debt to you for some better lighting and a proper conversation around what got uploaded last night about Carroll, about Big Little Lies, about Handmaid's Tale, just like all this random stuff. I was filming for, what's happening here? I need a little shush, just a little shush. I was filming for more than one platform, so it was just like a spur of the moment thing, and the news broke, so I decided to vlog it and upload it. So, I figured we'd have a proper discussion, and then also, because of the shite lighting I served you last night with Happy Period, I figured let's just do this again. So I'm gonna start with Happy Period. I'm just gonna do the Reader's Digest version, because if you want to watch the two-part vlog overview, it's literally it's yesterday's news. It's literally 2 videos ago. Happy Period is a nonprofit that was started in 2014 by Chelsea Von Chaz, a former stylist to the stars. Based out of LA, obviously. She was walking down Skid Row, had the epiphany, what do bitches do when they're bleeding? So of that was born an organization that now, almost 5 years later, has somewhere between 30 and 40 chapters nationwide. There is some activity going on internationally. And of course, we are by no means the only nonprofit that is doing this type of stuff, meaning providing menstrual hygiene products to homeless and underserved menstruators. So I will link below other organizations, like Dignity Matters is one, that do similar work. So if our particular mission does not speak to you, the way we do things does not speak to you, or one of our chapters or ambassadors is not anywhere near where you live, perhaps you could get involved with one of these other organizations, or better yet, just start your own. It doesn't have to be a 501c. You can just go out and be of service. That's the beauty of it. So she had the epiphany. She started the 501c, like I said, in 2014. I was looking for content to post on a women's group that I run on Facebook back in 2015, and I happened across an article about Happy Period, and from there I literally ran next door to one of my best friends, Schmitty's, and I said, why haven't we thought about this? We're literally intelligent women in our early 30s. I'm quite literally looking for content to post on a feminist women's support group, and it had never dawned on me what somebody does when they're homeless and they're bleeding. I always thought of food and shelter, and then that's where the conversation stopped for me, and I think it does for a lot of people. So we reached out to Chelsea and said, we would like to start something in the Bay Area if you don't currently have a presence. There wasn't one. So we started with a garden party in our backyard 4 years ago, invited everyone we knew. They brought pads, tampons, liners, baby wipes, socks, dental hygiene products, you name it. And we broke down all that inventory over a couple of days, assembled it into kits, or a 30-day supply, and let's reverse that, into kits, which are a 30-day supply. Put the quotes on the right thing, Melissa. And then we literally got in a car, the two of us, Schmitty and I, and hit up the local encampments here in Oakland and handed them out and gave our access to shelters. And here we are again, almost 5 years later. We've grown to support Oakland, Berkeley, San Francisco, Pleasanton, Alameda. We have a presence on the UC Berkeley campus. We have a presence at my school, California Institute of Integral Studies. It's just grown, and I've been fortunate enough to be invited to be a board member, so there are a lot of really huge, exciting things that the organization is trying to do to go beyond the grassroots foundation, which is host an event, period packing party at your house, your school, your church, your job, wherever, and then hand that shit out directly on the street to folks that need it. The other videos, if you want to watch, I highly recommend. I'll go into more detail in those on what the process looks like of actually doing this, if you are interested, how to reach out if you want to get involved, and just more history, obviously. So I just wanted to kind of recap on that and just remind everyone to check out those videos, even though the lighting is garbage. They are really informative, and I will also link, like I said, everything down here as well. Sorry, I keep zhuzhing, but it's like 80 degrees in my room and I have to keep the window closed or you guys won't be able to hear me. Let me take a sip of medicine. So, long story short, or long, please watch those videos. If you want to be of service and want to find out more about #happyperiod, we are findable on everywhere. Obviously, you can comment below and I will respond to said comments and provide you more information, but you can find us on Facebook with we are #happyperiod. That's the main org's Facebook page. If you're in the Bay Area, it's We Are Happy Period Bay Area. You can literally do a Facebook search for a lot of your metropolitan communities like New York, DC, Philly, Miami, and you will see the respective Facebook pages. Same thing goes for Instagram. On Instagram, if you want to find us and or get more information, make a donation, we are at our Instagram is at We Are Happy Period Bay Area. So yeah, give us a like, give us a follow, DM me for more information. Happy period, menstrual equity is important. Yeah, so please do your research and do what you can to be of service, because this is an epidemic in every community, no matter how affluent or how impoverished. I digress. So when the news broke the other day of the New Yorker, or was it in the Times? No, it was the New Yorker, right? No, not the New Yorker. Well, anyways, when E.G. Carroll published her article, where was it actually? When she published her article, yeah, it was in New York Times, about her alleged assault in the dressing room of Bergdorf's however many years ago. We know now, like, the media is not really covering it. Samantha Bee ripped the media a new asshole. If you watch Samantha Bee, yeah, she went to, she took them to task, so it has not been getting really any coverage, which is, like, more than a little shocking. But I did watch the CNN interview that E.G. Carroll gave, along with the MSNBC interview that she gave, and I've read the article. In the last video that I uploaded last night, I was in conversation with some people who were commenting, and we were talking about, some of my misgivings, or not misgivings, but my skepticism around the timing of her bringing this to light. Now, I'm a feminist. Like I said, I run a women's group. Like, I'm all about believe women, believe women, believe women. However, leaving Neverland really just forced me to reconcile a lot of my biases. So if you care about Michael Jackson, or if you don't care about Michael Jackson, I would still recommend that you watch Leaving Neverland, and just how the turntables in terms of how allegations of rape and sexual abuse and all of that work on your psyche when it's happening to a male and not a female. And how I was, and still am, very suspect of Wade Robson. I've never really been a fan of that dude. There's been shady goings on with him long before any of, like, my personal misgivings about his allegations against Michael Jackson. But watching the whole Leaving Neverland situation, like, really forced me to, like, reconcile, am I why am I so quick to like doubt Wade and potentially the other dude? Is it because they're dudes? That has a lot to do with it. The timing of them coming forward. Anyways, it was just a very good like yardstick slash yeah, just a good check. Like it was a good like checks and balances moment for me to like really assess like how I look at facts and how I assess these situations, which, as we all know, are happening like every time we blink our eyes. And we talked about this in the video that from the other night, which is how unfair it is for everybody, specifically women, to like every time we like are forced to deal with like another allegation in the media or God forbid in our own personal lives, and then we have to like, you know, work through the facts, you know, reconcile our loyalties and our beliefs and our intuition and the facts, process all of it, come to like a decision, put it away on a shelf, get through the day, and then again you blink your eye and then it's happening all over again. So the whole thing is unfair, and it's unfair that we or I have to even question or that I'm even having to doubt somebody, male or female, who's coming forward with allegations. And the only reason I was a little bit kind of had a slightly sour taste in my mouth about E.G. and Carroll's timing is because she is on a book tour, and she's already successful in her own right. She's a person of privilege. She doesn't need money, you know. She doesn't need this to be this needed to be an opportunistic moment for her out of like necessity, right? If she were an opportunist, it would be, I guess, for publicity and not necessarily monetary gain. Y'all, I'm tired, it's hot, I can't, these words. Too many words. Anyways, but a friend of mine who was commenting in that kind of back and forth on the video, you'll see, had said, well, you know, what would be a good time to come forward with this shit? And the answer is there isn't one. Like, it's not her responsibility to wait until her book tour is over to come forward, or to have done it before, or to like, I mean, that's a whole other conversation, right? Like, that people have to like even think 10 steps ahead when they're coming forward with allegations or the telling of their truth about their abuse, such that they're likely more likely to be believed. I mean, the whole thing is just effed. I mean, it's just so fucking effed. It's yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's unfair that we even have to like think about this stuff all of the time. It's unfair to this woman. And then the other thing that came up in conversation was that she is a woman of a certain age. I believe she's in her early 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And, you know, some of the women that I was in discussion with were saying, you know, bringing to the fore, and there have been some articles written also as op-eds in the New York Times and at the Atlantic, I think, and I'm sure many other places, about the invisibility of women of a certain age. So yeah, there's all of that too. It's just, you know, and then for this asshole, I don't care if you're pro-Trump or not, but like, for his response to be, he didn't do it because she wasn't my type, is A, you know,